Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the headlines from Asia Pacific. So it's not just going to be Asia, but Asia Pacific, because if not, the poor people at Australia and New Zealand as well as the Pacific Islands will feel really sad and neglected, and because you didn't press the like button. So you have to press the like button. If not, your cooking oil or vegetable oil will become twice as expensive. You want your cooking oil to be twice as expensive? Yes, try not clicking the like button. I dare you not to click the like button. So if you want to make sure that your cooking oil don't get twice as expensive, press the like button. And now head on to the first piece of news. Nepal. So this is one of those countries that you probably would unlikely heard about unless you're talking about Mount Everest. Nepal has banned the import of cars and other luxury items, and they also cut the work week. They make you work lesser because they are trying to conserve foreign reserve. So according to the article, this is by sfgate.com. So Nepal bans import of cars, alcohol, tobacco, and other luxury items on Wednesday, and shorten its work week to conserve its dwindling supply of foreign reserve. So this is 27th of April news. This is a bit late, but I thought this is important enough to talk about. So in the government gazette, only emergency vehicles are allowed to import. So alcohol, tobacco, large engine motorcycle, mobile phones costing above $600. So there goes your Samsung and iPhone. It's not allowed. So the ban will be in effect until the end of the fiscal year, which is middle of July. So, and it also forbids the import of toys, playing cards, and diamonds. Oh my god. Import of toys, you barbarians. So anyway, without the drastic measures, the foreign currency reserves needed to import everything will only last a few more months. So they are now very desperate, because hundreds of thousands of foreign tourists that usually visits the country every year has plummeted during the coronavirus pandemic. And then the rising price for oil added pressure to the foreign reserve. So to conserve fuel, they have the information minister Gyanendra Karki has announced on Wednesday that the government will reduce the work week from 5.5 days to just 5 days. So basically, you don't have to work on Saturday, apparently. Welcome to Singapore standard, because in Singapore we only work 5 days a week. So anyway, this is rather concerning, but at least they are trying to do something about it before it get out of hand, like Sri Lanka. So next piece of news. Solomon Islands. I know some of you guys tell me to talk about Solomon Islands. So this is the news from Solomon Islands, the latest. So the Solomon Islands security pact with China actually does not include a naval base, or to be more accurate, a military base. So according to the news article, the Solomon Islands signed a security pact with China because a similar deal with Australia was inadequate. So apparently, Solomon Islands seems to see Australia as the threat. A bit like, Ukraine do not want to sign a peace treaty or alliance with Russia. So because it's inadequate, that's why they want to join NATO. So, but the Prime Minister Manasseh Sogavare also added that his country knew the cause of war, and Solomon Islands will not be part of any militarization in the Pacific. So the details of the pact with China is not disclosed, but he had ruled out a military base, saying that it only covers domestic policing. So I don't know what the hell this is supposed to mean. So this part also talking about the Australia is inadequate. So Australians, you are inadequate. And then so this is a repeat of the above statements, and they will not accept any form of militarization of the Pacific. So because of what they have experienced in World War II, and suddenly he started criticizing United States because United States did not include the islands for post-war reconstruction. There's no funds provided to the islands for reconstruction, and apparently unexploded World War II ordnance are still hanging around, and they are trying to speed up the removal of this danger, all this ticking time bomb. So he also complained that the AUKUS treaty sees nuclear submarines in the Pacific waters, and he only learned of this treaty in the media. So he's feeling salty that as part of the Pacific family, Solomon Islands should have been consulted. So what I did not add here was that the Australian leader said that when he told this to the Solomon Islands, he did not complain on the phone about anything. So that's rather sad. So anyway, so next piece of news goes to Thailand. So in Thailand, so in case you don't know where is Thailand, this is Thailand. So this thing is Thailand. So in Thailand, the price of rice that was exported from Thailand basically, the rice export price has rose because of increased demand from the Middle East market. However, Indian and Vietnamese rice remained unchanged. So the Thailand's 5% broken rice price were quoted to have increased from 414 to 435. So that's like a $20 increase. So on a per ton basis. So the I remember the comments told me that I shouldn't use so. So then no, but on this part it feels like I should use so. So the Bangkok-based trader said that this has been an uptick in demands from markets from like Iraq and Iran, and also due to the improved relationship with Saudi Arabia. So they previously used to have a freighter cost problem. It was a major challenge for Thai rice export because it's not exactly near. But the Middle East buyers have sent their own freight for rice purchases. So including weaker baht against the US dollar also contribute to the rise in price this week. Which means the Middle East is now looking to Thailand to get their food and not get pulled down into the water due to the Ukraine war. So this is good news, I guess. I guess. So hopefully it doesn't make my rice more expensive. So in Armenia, there's thousands of opposition supporters have rallied. They went on protest in Yerevan. So this news is by Al Jazeera, to warn the government against concession to Azerbaijan over Nagorno-Karabakh. So the opposition parties also accused the Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan of having plans to give away Karabakh to Azerbaijan after he told lawmakers last month that the international community calls on Armenia to scale down demands on Karabakh. So the word they used by Al Jazeera is thousands. So if it's just thousands, you can just ignore them. You're not going to lose your election just by thousands. But if it's millions, then maybe it's something bigger. Now we are at Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan announced that they have provided 4,000 tons of food and medicine aid to Afghanistan. So this is a statement, I think, from, I'm not sure this official is a Afghan one or Uzbek one. So the aid include wheat, cooking oil, garments, medicine, vaccine, and other essential items. So Mujahid, which is the acting spokesperson, also thanked Uzbekistan. Also, this acting spokesperson is actually an Afghan. So the Afghan thanked the Uzbekistan President Shavkat Mirziyoyev for his generous assistance to the people of Afghanistan on the eve of Eid. So also happy Eid to you guys, and Eid Mubarak, I think that's how you say it, right? So he said that the Eid handed over to the Islamic Emirates official, because Afghanistan is now an Islamic Emirate, so that's why he used the word Islamic Emirate, to the special representative, by the special representative of the Uzbekistan president. So this is a nice move from Uzbekistan, the neighbor to Afghanistan. So that's nice. So let's go to China. So I bet you already know Shanghai have locked down, and that caused a massive jam of cargo ships outside of Shanghai. So news have came out that Shanghai's factory activities is at the lowest since February 2020 due to COVID lockdown. So the factory activity contracted on a steeper pace in April as compared to March, due to widespread COVID-19 lockdowns, so halting industrial production and disrupted supply chains. So this raises fear of a sharp economic slowdown in the second quarter that will weigh on global growth. So the PMI fell to 47.4 in April, from 49.5 in March. So this is the second straight month of contraction. So this is the lowest since February 2020, which is, I think, the height of the pandemic. So a dozen major Chinese cities believed to be in full or partial lockdown due to the crazy COVID policy. So the analysts have been forecasting a bigger cut to growth to China, because there are still millions stuck at home and consumption is taking a heavy hit. So this is China taking the route to no man's land. Now go to Myanmar. This is Myanmar is currently in a kind of a civil war kind of situation, and just to show you guys, I actually worked on the Myanmar map, so I will be covering Myanmar probably on a weekly basis, I guess. So this is this map breaks down pretty much the situation, which is not completed yet. So I will get to that when it's done. So just do a sneak peek. So the JX Nippon Oil and Gas Exploration withdrawn from the Yetagun project of southern Myanmar. So it's actually around here. This is here, and this is following Malaysia's Petronas and Thailand's PTTEP. So the Japanese decided to withdraw from the gas project after the Thai and Malaysian partners have announced they will pull out. So this Nippon Oil Exploration, the project company of this JX Nippon Oil and Gas Exploration, which is the part of this INEOS group, owns a 19.3% stake in the gas field, so which has been operational for 2 decades. So but the Petronas and PTTEP has announced their withdrawal. So Petronas owns 41% and PTTEP owns 19.3%. So things are going to get worse for Myanmar. To Pakistan. Okay, here. So Pakistan had a new prime minister, right? Because they overthrew the widely popular, forgot his name. So the less popular guy, which is the new prime minister, visited Saudi Arabia, and immediately he secured $8 billion of economic aid from Saudi Arabia. So in his maiden visit, he secured an economic package worth $8 billion. So this is at a time where Pakistan is having a financial crisis, as well as a probably severe debt problem. So they have also depleted its foreign exchange reserve, the forex reserve, and they are now trying to revive their economy. So in this latest package, the Saudi Arabians agreed to double the oil financing facility and give additional money through deposits or sukuks. I have no idea what is sukuks. And then, so also promised to roll over the existing 4.2 billion facilities. So I think this is loan. So the technical details will be worked out and it will take a couple of weeks. So this is the Pakistani Prime Minister. Pakistan is here. Saudi Arabia is here. So the Pakistani Prime Minister doing his job rather immediately. Who knows, he is backed by someone to become Prime Minister. Anyway, so the string of terrorist attack, as you can see, there's one here, and there's others that I did not indicate or cover on this map. The Islamic State has finally claimed responsibility. What happened to my screen? Why is there a Wikipedia.org? Okay, just leave with it. So the Islamic State has claimed responsibility. So they have bombed a high school in Kabul, mosque in northern Afghanistan that targets Shiite and Sufi Muslims. So this Islamic State is called the Islamic State Khorasan, or ISIS-K. So it's formed in 2015 by disillusioned Pakistani Taliban fighters, which considers Shiite and Sufi Muslims as heretic. And they also think that the Taliban is not strict enough. So that's crazy. And then when the Taliban empty the prisons, ISIS-K actually had more people now. According to the UN, it's actually doubled. So now ISIS-K is in every province in Afghanistan. So well done, Taliban. And finally, we have this news coming from the forgotten country of Timor-Leste. So Timor-Leste is this Timor island. Timor in Indonesian language means east. So it's not very innovative name. So the eastern part of the East Island, East Timor. Yeah, this is actually called East Timor, which is east. So it's kind of funny. Anyway, they had a presidential election actually last month on the 22nd. So I should put this up here on the 22nd. And the winner is actually a Nobel laureate. So let's move further closer into Timor-Leste. So the winner is José Ramos-Horta, which is a Nobel laureate and an independence leader. So he declared victory in the presidential election and he won by 62% in the ballot, well ahead of his incumbent opponent, Francisco Luolo Guterres, which only won 37%. So he said he had received the mandate from the people in an overwhelming demonstration of people's commitment to democracy. So he's 72 years old, and he was previously president between 2007 and 12. And he was also prime minister and foreign minister before that. So if Timor-Leste still have problem, he's partly to blame, I guess, because he was in position of power and he did not do enough. So anyway, this is the headlines from Asia Pacific, and hope you like it. And we have Europe as well, you see. Sneak peek. You see, I have Europe as well. So I'll see you in the next update, which is the headlines from the European side. So I will see you when I see you. And remember to press the like button, or your oil price will, your cooking oils will become twice as expensive.